All right, perfect. So let's go through our section. This would be one of the last days we're going to be in this section, 4.9. Maybe tomorrow, if we have time today, we're going to start the game, but I want to work on it tomorrow. We're in section 4.9. We're dealing with conversions. Okay. Now, what we talked about last week, what conversions are, it's converting fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions. Okay, so that's the idea. So we're gonna be going back and forth, fractions to decimals and back. Okay, the goal today is to check out, at least one or two different strategies, which I've kind of hinted that there's multiple strategies for doing this, and I'll kind of show you that today. But the goal is to do a couple examples on the certain strategies that work for you guys. I'm gonna try to show two, in case you like one versus the other. Some people don't like multiple strategies, so I'll kind of show you what we can do with this. But that's kind of our idea. Once we're through these, I'm going to go through maybe about 4 different examples, so 4 different actual types, 4 different problems, and then we'll get started. And we do have homework today, which I'm going to make it due in class today. So homework will be due in class.
I'm assuming there's not that many problems then.
Not at all. And you're going to be using your calculator for most of it in class. So if you don't get it done, it's because you weren't paying attention to what I just talked about. So I think it's ridiculously easy. I think it's 10 problems and it should take you 5 minutes to do it. Maybe. So, all right, let's jump right in. Let's talk about this. So we're going to start with the fractions first. Let's start with just kind of some basic ones. So fractions. So this is one of the examples we did last week. I want to convert 7/8 into a decimal. Okay. Now there's 2 ways to do this. 2 ways to convert this into a decimal. One way. So let's talk about these methods.
Take 7 divided by 8.
Exactly. The first method, you guys nailed it. It's long division. Okay. So long division, the method, you take 7 and you divide by 8. You take the top number, divide by bottom number on your calculator, tell me the decimal. 0.1. 7 divided by 8.
0.875.
875. Okay, boom. That transfers. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we feel comfortable with that. Okay, now if you don't like that, the second method you could have done, instead of doing long division, you could have done it as a proportion. And I know you guys actually really liked proportions when we were back doing the math problems. Here's how you can do it. Your proportion, you take 7/8, set it equal to x over 100,
Oh, I know that.
and it'll give you a decimal.
I used to have that method. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, so actually this will give us a nice clean number, but it could be a decimal. So what you do is on this particular way of doing it, this will give you what your percent is out of 100. You start with the number above or below x, so in this case we start with 100. You cross multiply and then you divide. And it looks like a goldfish. So start with 100, take 100 times 7. So take 100 times 7, and then divide by 8. And I believe it should tell you 87.5. So let's see what we get here. So Eric, I want you to type that in. Take 100 times 7 and divide by 8, and confirm that it's 87.5.
Times 7 divided by 8.
Divide by 8.
Yep.
Okay. So now, what this number is? This number is the 87.5 is the percent out of 100 that you're going to get. And how you actually do this is you move the decimal back 2 spots. Now, I don't like this method. This is the second method. The reason why, it's too many steps, and you could have just typed it in first in your calculator and just take 7 divided by 8. So here's what I recommend. Do this one. This is the easier of the 2 strategies. I think it's less work for you when you do the top one, 7 divided by the bottom. Okay, we good with that?
Yep.
Okay, do you have it written down somewhere?
Nope.
Write it down somewhere before I read it.
Wait, which one am I on?
That one. Top one I circled. That's the method. The long division is the preferred method.
Gotcha.
Gosh.
Because I think it's easy.
Senior Tokatron, where are you?
Are you coming to my lab today, Sam?
What?
Are Are you on my luck? Or you can't find the book?
Okay, good.
And of course this one's at what? Like always.
So 7 divided by 8. And then you got 875.
And 11.
Okay, once we're done with this one, we're gonna try another one more. I'm gonna do one more. Same idea, changing a fraction to a decimal. We'll do it by the shortcut method, which is long division. I think that's by far the fastest way, other than the proportions. Some people like proportions because you cross multiply and divide, but it takes an extra step because you have to move the decimal once you get your answer. On the top method, the one we just did a little bit ago that I circled, you don't have to move decimals, just that's your answer. Okay, we good?
Yep.
Eric, you good? Okay, now let's try one more, because I always like to do a couple, and again, we're gonna stick with this top method, because it is by far the preferred method of doing this. Okay, now, Sam, I need a whole number, please. Any number you like. Big number.
10.
10, okay, I like it. Eric, give me a top number, please.
Does it have to be whole?
Yeah,
20.
20, okay. And I'm gonna go over, let's go over 24, okay? All right, here's what I like you to do. Okay, so this is my second one. I don't know if you have any of these today, but if you have one where they give you a fraction, where it's a mixed number, and they want you to change it to a decimal, here's what I'd like you to do.
That's easy.
Take 20
Well, maybe not that one.
divided by 24, okay? So, take 20 divided by 24, type in your calculator. 20 divided by 24, I wanna know what that decimal is. So I'm doing the fraction, but no. 20 divided by 24.
23.
0.83,
Yep.
okay? All right, is there any other decimals after it? Just 0.83?
No, just
Okay.
a bunch of threes.
Threes repeated, okay, 0.83 repeated, okay. Now at this point, all you have to do is put the 10 out front. So if there's a big number out front, it's 10.83. That's the only difference, like that. Got it?
That would be the answer.
That'd be the answer. You're writing the fraction, which is a mixed number, into a decimal, that's what you do. So if it's got a whole number out front, a big number, that number just goes out in front of the decimal, whatever it is. So if that was like a 7, it's 7.83 repeating.
Or you could just do 10.
Oh, change it to an improper, yeah. Yeah, see there's 10 times the bottom, have the top, then convert, yeah. But I think this is by far the easiest, you just divide right away, and you write it down the decimal. Okay, do you feel comfortable changing a fraction to a decimal? Because you're just using your calculator, just dividing. Got it? Okay, let's go to the second type now. Now we're going to convert back.
Oh god.
So now we're going to convert back. So now we're going to be starting with decimals, and we're going to convert them back into a fraction. And this is one where you're going to need your calculator as well. Now I'm only going to show you the one strategy today. There is a second strategy, which I'm not going to do as of right now. I just think it would just be kind of pointless for what we need it for, because I'm just doing the shortcuts. So we'll start with a decimal. Okay, so we're going to start with a decimal.
We're converting backwards, eh?
Okay, so our example here, if we start with the decimal, let's go with 0.523. Okay, 0.523. Okay,
Over 100.
not over 100. Close. How many numbers are behind the decimal?
2, so 10.
How many numbers are back there?
3.
3.
Wait,
So, there's 3 numbers back there, so you put 3 zeros on the bottom. So you actually put 1,000 on the bottom. Now,
okay, so yeah, you were closer.
so, here's what I do. Type in your calculator, type in 523. I know this shouldn't go anywhere, but you're going to type in 523. You're going to hit the little ABC button, which I think it's over by the number 7. It's like up. It's up on the top half. It's an ABC button. Then type in the 1,000 and hit the equal sign. And what this should do is it should convert your fraction. Now, it might just tell you 0.523,
Or, just give us the
the same fraction again.
same fraction.
Okay, because what your calculator does is it'll try to simplify this for you automatically,
Which you can't.
which you can't. It didn't go anywhere. Okay. All right. Do we feel comfortable with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now let's do another one. So let's do a second one here, where maybe we put a number out front. So let's go with like 4.25. 4.25. All right. So the big 4 goes out front. There's going to be a fraction behind it. how many numbers are after the decimal? 2. So since there's 2 numbers back there, you put 2 zeros on the bottom. I need you to type that 25 over 100 in your calculator. 25, hit the little ABC button, and type in the 100, and I want that converted
1
down.
quarter.
1/4?
Yep.
Okay, this is your final answer.
Oh, yeah, because 4.
Because it will simplify, yep, it'll simplify it down. Okay, so on your ones where they give you the decimal, they want you to convert to fractions, where you simplify. If they give you the fraction, you have to convert it to decimals. And that's one, if they give you the fraction, just divide your calculator. Okay, you ready to go?
This is
Homework,
too easy.
it's easy. You'll get it done in 5 minutes if you have a calculator in front of you, which
Well,
you should
okay.
have. Okay, here you go.
Problems is it?
Are you gonna leave that
10
on board?
problems. I'm leaving this on the board. This is the second
So from
problem.
1 to 10?
Okay, so here it is, page
1 to 10?
114, numbers 1 through 5, exercise A. And then you're gonna turn the page to 115, and you're gonna do problems 6 through 11, exercise A. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oh, 6 and 10, okay. That's 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Trying to give us a little more homework?
Okay, there. This is due before you walk out this one today.
Ah.
So it has to be done, so.
Get out.
I had to make sure it was 10, can't count in my head.
Okay, so